Guys, it's me again. Luckily, my debate partner made the deadline and submitted her con introduction. So now here is an actual version of the pro rebuttal based off of her arguments instead of arguments of mine. Most of it is actually rehash from my contingent pro rebuttal, which only goes to show that great minds think alike. So let's get started. I hashed together my opponent's argument 1 and 2, which states that unpaid maternity leave encourages women to return to work, and this follows lots of benefits like abolishing the glass ceiling, and this is why this argument is unfounded. Firstly, according to our gender basics reading, page 110 to 118, a woman's actual biological differences than men, like monthly periods and pregnancy, has little to do with work stratification of women in the workplace. Rather, it is their attitude and perception of the actual workplace that drags them down. So if you don't buy the negation of the attitude and perception argument, let's take an alternate approach. Hypothetically, if this was true and this would abolish the glass ceiling, then according to my introductory arguments, the balance of society would be broken even more. You can cross-apply any of my introductory arguments to the con's first argument. My second introductory argument shows that women rushing back to work, their children are left unsupervised and wreak havoc upon society as social deviants. My third introductory argument shows that when trying to establish international relations, other countries will label us as unprogressive barbarians who do not even have the common decency to establish paid maternity leave. Um, this is addressing my opponent's argument extension of argument 2, that paid maternity leave would be detrimental to businesses as they would have to deal with inconsistencies and replacing new workers. Well, nowhere in our debate legislation states that it will be the federal government who brings the cash. From a realistic viewpoint, any new legislation would be an extension of the FMLA. Therefore, this would only apply to businesses with 50 or more people. If a business has more than 50 employees, it'll be logical to assume that they have the means to extend paid maternity to their employees. Even an extreme scenario where this legislation would be independent of the FMLA and include all businesses, maternity leave only applies to women and a small minority of them. It'll be very uncommon to find a business with 10 employees, 5 of which are women, and all of them taking paid maternity leave. While the con does bring up California as an example, it is a serious error to measure the success of a hypothetical law by using one state as an example. Each and every state has their own culture, political field, and economy. The amounts of variables involved are staggering. We read it ourselves on the topic of homosexual rights. If we were to follow Alabama's success in mandating homosexual law, the entire nation would be in an outrage. Even if the negation proves unfruitful, no evidence was presented that California's outright failure in creating a law for paid maternity leave. The only drawback would be California's detachment from capitalism. This point can be really only be argued from a philosophical standpoint. It's true that America was founded on capitalism with events like the Boston Tea Party and Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death. However, America only also values justice more than anything else. In our gender basics reading pages 330 to 335, men are the ones that drive women to sex and by relation, pregnancy. It is unfair and unjust to force women to bear the brunt of a long and stressful process that they did not initiate in the first place. Furthermore, going deeper into philosophy, what good comes out of capitalism? For over 100 years, people like Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels have always attributed capitalism to social problems. However, while complete socialism is not recommended on the pros part, pulling away from America's almost anarchistical capitalism has long been advised. My opponent's argument number 3 is passing legislation on paid maternity leave drains government resources. Well, isn't the purpose of the government to address our needs? In a previous week, we studied the effect of social movements and how they came to place. The mere fact that social movements are rising and demanding paid maternity leave shows that this is an issue that government needs to address. Furthermore, by stating that the issue of paid maternity leave should not be argued as a direct insult to the learning process involved in this class. Obviously, this class is constructed by someone with far more political understanding than any of us, and the fact that our instructor deemed it necessary that we argue on paid maternity leave makes it necessary that our political representatives debate it as well. I do agree with this point. It was twisted to say that there's no need to debate this legislation, as paid maternity leave is a common sense beneficial to society. Thank you very much.